Prime Minister bụ Odogwu Nwoke. Welcome to God's Lost You channel, the home of news. If it is your first time of coming across this wonderful platform and you like what we are doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notification. This will enable you to know when we upload a new video. So my great people, we have come to react to another video from our brother news post. I give you credit for this video and I appreciate your handwork and your analysis. So you guys know the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile in the person of Mazi Simon Ekpa gave the Nigerian government 32 or 33 hours ultimatum to vacate or transfer all the prisoners, including Nnamdi Kanu, to Biafran land. So you guys should hear what is going on. Barely 24 hours. The Prime Minister said this. I just want you to take your time to listen. I will not talk too much. We'll be here listening together. And thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to this platform, kindly do that, and God will bless you.
The Simon Ekpa-led Biafra government has issued a fresh ultimatum to the Nigerian government demanding the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other Southeasterners being held across the country. Reports have it that Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has remained behind bars since he was repatriated, that is according to Daily Post, or snatched, kidnapped from Kenya, a situation that has worsened tension in the southeast. Just earlier in the week, the entire southeast was under a total shutdown for 2 days owing to a sit-at-home order declared in a viral video which was disclaimed by Simon Ekpa and the IPOB leadership. However, speaking in a statement through his Twitter handle on Thursday, Simon Ekpa called for the immediate release of all the people from the zone who are being held in various facilities. He also asked judges of Southeast origin serving in other parts of the country to return home. According to him, the ultimatum, which is expected to last till October 27, 2024, was a decision after a meeting held on Thursday. He claimed that the Nigerian judicial system had contributed to the insecurity in the region by installing anti-people governors. The Biafra agitator further threatened lockdown on all federal courts in the southeast from October 29, 2024 if his demands were not met. The Biafra government, in an emergency meeting today, voted and approved a resolution to demand the Nigerian government to return every Biafran being detained outside Biafra land within 72 hours. The 72 hours will expire on Sunday, 27/10/2024. He threatened that if the demands were not met, his group would lock down federal government institutions in the zone, including the courts. What is your take on this reportage that Simon Ekpa gives 72-hour ultimatum to the Nigerian government over the release of Nnamdi Kanu and others? Much more important, the security of the southeast is of immense. It will take it as the next thing that the southeast needs, and one of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu needs to be out of detention so that there will be security in the southeast. Those that are disguising as whatever, perpetrating evil, if Nnamdi Kanu is released, then we'll know those who are the unknown gunmen, those who are the kidnappers, those who are being used by the government as alleged, those who are running their own personal or private business of criminal activities in the southeast. The other time, 16 people were killed. They said it was a cult war. All of a sudden, the southeast becomes a place whereby people cannot go to anymore. The infrastructures are being destroyed. It's a hell where most Igbo businessmen are reconsidering not investing in the southeast. Simon Ekpa issuing a 72-hour ultimatum to the federal government over the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We look at it from this aspect. The federal government knows what to do. Federal government led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu should just order the Attorney General of the Federation withdraw this case against this man. Yes, let him be free. Let him off the hook so that there will be security in the Southeast. Very, very important. Very important. Whether Biafra will come after that, it is something that you are going to discuss another day. But we can't remain like this under this kind of situation. And some people are illegally detained. Normally, Nigerians are illegally detained. If you go to any prison, some people have gone into prisons in the north, in the south, and west. They'll come out and give you stories of how people are detained innocently. The law is, the judicial system is not robust enough to give you fair trial. People will just be locked up for no reasons. They don't have chance to get a lawyer. They don't have funds to get a lawyer or what have you. They are just wasting away in our prisons. The issue of Nnamdi Kanu behind bars, as Daily Post has said that Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars. No, he is not behind bars. He is with the DSS. Take him to Kiri. Yes, if you, not that the DSS will hold him down. I know the DSS see him as an asset. They treat his case as a special case. But what baffles me, it doesn't even baffle me anymore, is that Sunday Igboho, Mietiala leader, and other persons have been released, yet this man remains. What does the Nigerian government want? What do they want? Because when you say the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable, we know that politicians do not act as people that want this country to be one. Their actions are against the saying that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. They are just saying that not because of they believe in unity or they believe that Nigeria is united. It is because of they are cashing out. They are cashing out. They are making money from the division. They are using it to enrich themselves, their families, and their cronies. They forcefully bind Nigerians together, and they are using Nigerians to cash out. So, why is the Nigerian government insisting that Nigeria must be one, whether you like it or not? It is always the Northerners and the Fulanis and those that have nothing they are contributing to the center. They have been given opportunity by the colonial masters to seize power, to stay at an advantage over every other person. The more reason why you say most of them, and especially politicians, are coming out to say, not the people themselves. When you sample opinion on the streets or from Nigerians, you see, sincerely looking at the situation of the country and how people have tried to vote, participated in elections, trying to vote a good person, come out for protests and rallies. After all these efforts, people see that their efforts are not efforting. It's becoming vain. All the things they have tried to do to make the country work is not working. So people are genuinely looking for regionalism. The people, they are genuinely rooting for a regional system of government, while the politicians are seeking for one Nigeria, which they are not acting on, which they don't believe, which they don't think is possible, but because of the monetary gains, they are cashing out on the one Nigeria. That's why you see them do what they do. So the government knows what it can do. It is very wise if you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to restore sanity in the Southeast. Allegations that some people are being sponsored by the APC, allegations that IPOB, DOS, this one is accusing this one of this or that, that one will be resolved when Nnamdi Kanu is released. It is wise, but the government would not want to release a Nnamdi Kanu. It is not in their best interests, my brother. They won't, especially those in the Southeast, the politicians in the Southeast. Nnamdi Kanu is a light bearer. If he comes out of that prison, he is going to quench the light of every other politician in the Southeast, because Nnamdi Kanu has become a phenomenon. The more the Nigerian government keep Nnamdi Kanu in that GSS custody, the more he becomes a phenomenon. He becomes something else, a demigod to the Igbos. The more you keep him in that prison. You know, when some people stay indoors for a long time. People don't see you. They don't see you often and every other time. There's a respect, there's an aura that comes with it. You see some of our music artists, of our stars, they're not seen all the time. So that's why once in a while, when they are seen in the public, people shout. So the more you keep Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon, the more people keep worshiping him, the more the Igbos keep reverencing him and calling out for his release. There will be no time that we will stop calling out for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a bone in the throat of the federal government and Nigeria, because illegality cannot last for long. Like I always say, you might start lying, but lie and truth, if they start a race, truth will get to the end. Lies cannot sustain. So illegitimately, if you are holding Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian government, the Nigerian economy, the Nigerian society will be affected badly in all ramifications, whether physically and spiritually. Because if you are committing evil on a particular tribe, it won't be well. That tribe won't wish you well. So people asking reasons why most Igbos are not really supporting the progress of Nigeria. It's because you are holding their own. You are holding their son. How do you expect them to be happy? Some people were even suggesting that why not get some men, go into JSS custody and break out. You see the desperation. You see the Nigerian government knows what it is doing. You want to remind the Igbos that they are conquered. You want to remind the Igbos that they are not to be valued. No respect, no dignity in the Nigerian system. That is why they all want out. It is a normal thing for you not to want to be part of a country that does not value you. Your rights, your opportunities are not respected in that community. Any community that does not respect your right to life, right to worship, participation in politics, you won't want to be part of that community. But in Nigeria, it always wants to be by force. You see, if other countries, if the Southwest and the North were going to stay together, they will have allowed the Igbos go. I'm telling you the truth. But they knew for the fact that even though it is the 5 states of the Southeast that gets their Biafra, every other component units don't want to stay with each other. Should be they love Nigeria. Yes, should be you love Nigeria. Then allow the Igbos. Okay, the South, whatever you call them, that South region, let them have their own colony. Let these 5 states go. They don't have oil, they don't have whatever. It is an empty. Let them go. But the government knows of a sure that they wouldn't want to allow these guys have their independence, because their independence will lead to every other person breaking out. That's why I say these people are just faking unity. I repeat it over and over again that the Yorubas will never ever stay in a country with the Fulani, Hausa Fulani. This their joint cooperation is just something that is artificial. It is hypocritical. Hypocritical, that's what we call it. But you don't want to allow these guys go. You don't want to give them their rights. What is the problem? Every leader that you choose for the Southeasterner, you must manipulate that leader to do your bidding, not the bidding of the people. Most leaders we find in the Southeast that are occupying positions of authority are leaders that are rejected by the people. The people reject Hope Uzodinma, the people reject Umahi, the people reject many other politicians. These are the politicians that you want to impose on the Nigerian people. We are seeking for dialogue, you don't want dialogue. Peaceful resolution, you don't want peaceful revolution. You are looking for a way to suppress the people, and it is clear, written in bold, clear terms. You want to suppress the Igbos. It is just clear. If you were in the positions that the Igbos were in today, let me ask this question. What would you have done? What would you have done? You see, the Igbos are seen as a threat. If they are given power, they will dominate everybody. If you allow them, they'll occupy everywhere. What the Fulani is doing, what is it different between what you are accusing the Igbos of? Fulani wants to dominate, occupy. But those ones are allowed to do whatever. They are failed in governance, they are failed in anything called anything in this country. Contributing to the country, they are failed. Leadership, they are failed. Economy, they are failed. All they do is bring insecurity to the country. But you look that they bring insecurity, bring hardship, destroy, and they make the Nigerian state helpless. Their leaders have borrowed money. Look at Buhari and the rest. But they are the ones that you still appoint into your cabinet. Minister of Defense, Minister of that. They are the ones that you say are fit to be in power. You see, lunatics. When you want to look for lunatics, come into the Nigerian space. People that are brain dead come into the Nigerian space. The Northerners that have destroyed this country over and over again are the people that are fit for presidency, that knows how to play politics. The people that know how to play politics, they are in power. What is the outcome of the politics they are playing? If not lies, propaganda. What is the outcome? Okay, the Igbos they can never be. You people that have been in power, where have it taken you to? Give us the score sheet of those that have been in power. This one accused Obasanjo of power sector. They accuse Jonathan. They accuse Buhari. They accuse Tinubu, all from the south. All from both north and south. What have you people? Yet you want to choose leaders for Ndigbo in the southeast. Now, Peter Obi got the support of many Nigerian youths. At the end of the day, the election was stolen from him by those that know. If the election wasn't stolen, what happened in Edo State? What happened in Imo State? What has been the comments of the APC earlier? What have they said earlier? What happened? Did the people vote Uzodinma? How did he become governor? Who voted Uzodinma that he emerged as the governor of Imo State? If not, some things went under the water that we did not know about. If you are telling me that it was not stolen, that this, that. Everybody wants to make sure that they stifle life out of the average Igbo man. You want to make it difficult for him to live, and you don't want him to go. Nobody should be that. We are asking now, release Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody is taking the right steps. They know what they are doing. I don't know whether they have called Nnamdi Kanu to ask him to broker a deal not to be part of Biafra. That one, I don't know. I'm not privy to whatever information that is happening between the DSS, Nnamdi Kanu's council, and whatever is happening in the IPOB. I'm not privy to that. What I'm privy to is that if you release Nnamdi Kanu, the insecurity would end. Appointing Bianca Ojukwu does not have, I have said it before, does not have anything in correlation with what the Southeast think about Biafra. Bianca Ojukwu is much more irrelevant, as Ojukwu will be irrelevant in today's Biafran politics. I repeat, Bianca Ojukwu is irrelevant, as Ojukwu himself will be much more irrelevant in today's Biafran politics. The relevant ones are the ones you are seeing Nnamdi Kanu and Simon, whether positive or negative. These are the relevant ones. So appointing a Bianca is not what the Igbos want. They want you to release Nnamdi Kanu. You know how the game is being played. You know what is obtainable. I've suspected over and over time that you want the Southeast to be as it is, underdeveloped, destroyed, insecure. That is why you don't want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Fears. These are the fears. The fears that if you release Nnamdi Kanu, he is going to intensify Biafra, this, that, intensify this, that. As we are speaking, is the torch of Biafra agitation dying down? Okay, those you planted to scatter the IPOB and everything, what has happened? Are we not still talking about Biafra? don't you have people that are much more concerned on social media? Look at the tribal wars. People are much more concerned about the Igbo well-being than ever before. You didn't release him. You thought it is much more worse. Much more worse. You did not release him, and you're afraid if you release him, he's going to have a Biafra. And I've outlined the reason why you people don't want Biafra. Not that it's because of some greedy political elite is using voodoo politics on other Nigerians to say that Nigeria can never separate. Sokoto knows that if only 5 states in the southeast leave today, the mumu, or let me not use that word, the hypocritical leaders in the south, let me use the word south, will immediately succeed. Yes, they will not want to, like what Edwin Clark is saying, that they'll be fighting for the unity of Nigeria. If Biafra goes today, the South would change its mouth. Edwin Clark is not being sincere with himself. An old man is not sincere with the truth. The Yoruba nation will pick up and divide. These politicians know what I'm saying. They know that if Biafra go today, the other people cannot remain in Nigeria. They know that. They are aware of that. They are just deceiving themselves. Even in the north, the Fulani will be chased away. It will be a long war. Both tribal, both political, and both religious war. The Yorubas that you are saying that the Fulani use this thing to hold them, when it gets to that point in time, you come and see something else that you have not seen before. The division will be swift. It will not even take 6 months after Biafra gets its liberation. It will not take 6 months for these countries not to stay together. So the government has the opportunity now to right the wrongs, release Nnamdi Kanu. After you release him, then look at ways whereby you can mitigate. You people are politicians, you know the right thing to do, but you don't want to do the right thing. Give the Igbo man a place, justice and fairness. That is difficult for you to do. Then you must have Biafra. If you can't give Igbo man justice and fairness in Nigeria, one of them would happen. Is either Biafra or Igbo man is given a level playing ground. But you see, the Igbo man doesn't even want the level playing ground again. All they want to hear, all they want is Biafra.